Hello, and welcome to my video. This is take two. Feel like chatting. Thanks to Constant Brownstar for letting me know that there was no audio, and now I can know why there was no audio. My bloody cable, which was connected to the microphone, was not producing any sound. So yeah, so now I'm gonna have to do take two. Feel like chat. I'm just gonna test myself now to see if I'm actually working. Yeah, there you go. It does. So yeah, take two. So in my first attempt of talking to you, I was saying that I just felt like a chat today, and uh, yeah, and I've seen the Twitter. Dr. Mockingbot got this crazy stack of comic books. I received my comic books for the month, and I just wanted to see, just talk comics. I really received a little amount of comics the whole month. So the first time I've tried to receive comic books just once a month, and I know that this is going to be difficult. The reason being because I just felt like there's something missing. And when I read a comic book, which especially the comic book which I haven't read a month ago, my memory is not great. Maybe I wasn't concentrating when I was reading. Things, like puts things in spammer. And yeah, so I was thinking, crazy. But in saying that, the reason why I'm doing this, I've been repeating myself probably most of the time I do the video, is that I just don't have time to spend and read the comic books I want. But I still kind of enjoy those weekly comics or the new comic books which comes out. So yeah, that's why I am um, um, trying something to see if things are still entertaining me. And there's a couple of titles in here which I'm really happy about. A couple of titles which is finishing, which I'm glad about as well. And that means that I can play around this stuff. My comic book card is really cool. Every single time I feel like having something for like far away distance, and if it's like being released for like 6 months, it's still able to produce a number one comic book for me. Especially, of course, it helps that if it is from big two, because at the end of the day, he always looks at what sells, and if it's something sells really well or he thinks it's really going to sell well, he has a backlog stack. And one of the titles I'm going to show you just now, which one it is, which I am actually got. I think it's now in issue number 12, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell my Twitter people who's following me that I'm on live, and if you want to have a chat with me, it'd be great if you can come up and have a chat with me. So yeah. I guess I need a link, which I don't have. But if you follow me on YouTube, you probably will know that I'm live, so you can just join me. So yeah, so let's talk about Krita's comic books. The comic books I haven't read yet is, you could see, will be a Christmas comic that I haven't read. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I really enjoy it, but since Christmas I was like, okay, I had struggled to keep up, so some of the titles I haven't read, so one of them I'm still really liking it, so that's cool. Right, how do you, okay. So yeah, that's the one of the titles. Also, I've been reading this because it's a Grant Morrison and that's why I'm enjoying Grant Morrison writing in sometimes. But this is like because it's Green Lantern, and I like Green Lantern a lot. So far, Liam Sharp is doing amazing job. In some ways, I find it his Hal Jordan is really bicepsy, like he's really on steroids. I mean, it's fine to be a build-up man, but it feels like he's too heavy, like a train, uh, and to be flying around in space. But this is just one quip I have. Overall, Liam Sharp's art is fantastic, and his paneling is great. Everything is superb. So yeah. Right. Um, um, right. Where else do I have? Oh yeah, I dropped this. I have dropped this title because Jolie Jones is not gonna draw anymore. She's only writing, and that's really not something I am keen. I mean, I know I like her writing, but what I'm trying to say is I was investing money because she was writing and drawing, and her drawing is superb to look at in single issue comic. Um, in the graphic novels, um, Transcendent Cthulhu. I love muscles and fungi, but I don't care about the representation in comics. Well, it's up to you. Um, Sometimes for me, it's just those, it feels like those biceps are way too big for him to move around. It's just like if you see some of the overbuilt guys on any pictures, it seems that their hands can't move so fluently. But I'm just saying, it's just one of my quips about the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, especially maybe on the covers, as if on the panels sometimes don't see that. But thank you very much for letting me know and checking out my video. So yeah, Catwoman. So I'm not picking up her. I dropped this one because of her art is not there. I will be probably picking up as in trade, uh, but we'll see how the story is. I'm behind 2 issues now, so we'll see if those will be going really well. So far, I have enjoyed it. What I read prior to that. So if everything goes well, I will be continuing reading it because I like the character and I like Jolie Jones. But as I say, her art is what I want to invest on in single issues because I really like looking at it. Dropping as well, Mr. Venom comic. Sorry for the glare. Number 10. Donny Cates has been writing really well the Venom character. I'm not fully invested in the character himself, but I have enjoyed what I've read, but I decided that I can wait for this. It's nothing urgent anymore for me, so I decided that I can live without a single one, and I picked up something which I'm going to replace, which I'm going to show you in a second. So, and then we're replacing it by just reading this. I'm replacing it for this. So this is the comic book I was talking about that I am really excited about. I am really behind in this title. As I say, this comic book has been out for a while now. Al Ewing and Joe Bennett, Roy Jose, and Paul Mount's creation seems to be very intriguing. And apparently, from my comic book guy, says to me that yeah, that's exactly. Well, Hulk is built for that kind of Hulk. You see, when you see Hulk's muscles, he's definitely built for having huge biceps. If Hulk doesn't have huge biceps, which I heard in some of issues, you see him really skinny because of something happened in his fight. You can see him really skinny, but it's a part of the storyline. And if Hulk, in seeing Hulk like that, a sickly, kind of like a cancerish kind of type of look, it feels kind of weird, but apparently it really works in the story. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't read it. I only read it this first issue. What really about Joe Bennett's art is that he has this amazing panels of Hulk's face, and he looks really kind of. I like that it looks old school. Yeah, gamma rays definitely would give you big guns. Uh, um, yeah, I think many. I think in this comic as well, there's a female character um, who is like, I heard that she is like in conversation with Hulk and saying that she was kind of jealous of it. So I have heard quite a bit of a story of this, but I really wanted to read myself. My comic book has telling me quite a few things, and it's been telling me I should be picking it up, but I didn't. And yeah, but so far so good. Really, really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it if you can. Get hold of it. And of course, we have a the cover art of Alex Ross, which is about to forget about his name. I'm just so bad when I do live videos. I forget names of people. But next cover of this is this, which is great. So yeah, really, really looking forward to, and really, I'm gonna try to pick up as many as he have. I think the first 6 issues I will be able to get hold of, so I'm really excited. If you do wanted to get online, this I checked online on eBay. I'm already asking £10 just for one this issue, so I'm really happy I was able to get hold of this. And my comic book, I managed to have it. Right. What else I'm reading? Ooh, some of the independent titles I'm really excited about. I really like comic. I haven't been able to see the show Deadly Class, but I heard it's the TV show on. I'm not sure if you guys have watched it. So let me know in maybe later videos. And in the later videos. Maybe he doesn't have enough leg muscles. No, I don't know. It's weird. I think this is always have ripped pants. We're talking about Hulk again, because transcendent. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your Cthulhu. Is that what are you? That's how you pronounce the name. But anyway, Transcendent is telling me why he doesn't get his pants ripped off, never ripped off in the comic books for the Hulk, and only his shirt. It's funny. He's usually very angry and shirtless most of the time because he needs to show off all his biceps to see his power. So yeah. Some of the time I actually never noticed it. Maybe I'm not in that much detail sometimes. But yeah, if I'm looking at Green Lantern whole body, so why don't I look at the Hulk's whole body? Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. So there's TV shows coming on Sci-Fi. I'm not sure. I'm from UK, and I don't know if this TV show is actually coming out in here. So I'm not really bothered. I guess I really enjoyed the comic book, but it's really entertaining for me, and I have to apologize for this couple of cracks, is that Wes Craig art is what really keeps me in this title. Of course, the storyline has been superb, and Rick Remender's stories is flowing really well for me. It's easy to read, but if you can see, Wes Craig has this art style which looks so simple, but his panel work is really good. Is really good to show in action scenes. He's very playful when it comes to paneling. I really like it. I like simplicity in the faces, but they still have really great expressions. He's Mr. Nun guy, comic guy. Barasa, wow, big fan of your art. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a very great compliment. Also, we have, like as I said, really good paneling in Wes Craig. So he's really good artist, by the way. I wish I could have skills like this, but yeah, I would love to to draw this, but I'm practicing quite a lot lately because I decided, you know what, this is what makes me excited, like a comics, and I just wanted to make myself happy. In this day and age, you have to find your little things which makes you happy, and comic books and art is one of the things I really enjoy. What's really surprised me, and I really didn't think that I will be going to continue this, is this title called Middle West, and it's by Scotty Young and Jorge Corona. These two creators has done interesting things in here so far. This month I have received issue number 3, which is here, which I'm looking forward to read. As you can see, I have not been bored, means I haven't read the comic yet. I'm looking forward to read this because yeah, it's definitely really cool. I'll show you just a bit of art in issue number 2. It's of course I would have preferred Scott Young as an artist because I do enjoy him, especially after I read what's the name of the comic book he has drawn and written? Oh my god! Wow, I'm blanking on names lately. My brain suck ass. Anyway, so Scott Young had a previous independent work, which was Fairland. There you go. Just my brain is start thinking Fairland, and after that, I really enjoyed his writing. I really enjoyed. Yeah, there you go. You're Mr. Non-Guy, comic guy. You definitely write is Fairland. So I enjoyed Gertrude. There you go. Another thing I remembered. So her as a main character was superb. So after that, I decided that okay, I'll give a try the first issue. I wasn't fully committed to it. But then I read this, and meeting this guy, and he's having that magic element, and his friend, or helping, not friend, is a helper, sidekick character is Fox, and the Fox is beautiful. It's the art. I'm starting to be more and more in love with the art because it's good because that's why it's good. The paneling work really works well. What else can I say about it? I think the colorist, Jean-Francois Bleu, butchering the name again, but his colors does really help this comic book as well. So if you are even thinking or about it, I think you should definitely give a first maybe 3 or 2 issues a try and see. Really good characters. This crow guy who likes to eat humans apparently, and him, the main character, who is basically has this condition where is the more he gets into like distress, this part of his heart is starting to grow. I'm not sure why it glows that. It will be probably telling us that in issue, hopefully number 3, to make us like get more entertained and see where the story goes further. But this so far, the environment they created it, and what they are writing is still very interesting. Unfortunately, our main character's parents, both his dad, he found out that well, his attitude wasn't what he was thinking he is. So that's definitely intriguing so far. So if it's continue with Young writing strongly and me enjoying Jorge Corona's art, I'll definitely will continue being reading this. So yeah, right. Of course, one of the most favorite titles I've always have been very interested in this creator is Terry Moore. Strangers in Paradise 25. I have not read Strangers in Paradise, the previous tomes, volumes, but I decided to give a try this. Knowing how Terry Moore is able to work his characters and make you introduce them to them, showing the story. So far, I am absolutely into it. I'm saddened to hear that this is actually going to end. But in issue 10, apparently, if what he says on Twitter is correct, we have him doing some other story now. And what I really enjoyed, and so far I think I will be quite intrigued as well, he's, I think, if I'm guessing correctly, he will be a doing his own universe. It feels like that, because in here we have appearance of both Rachel Rising, which is my favorite so far from Terry Moore, because I've read it fully and interested, so that's great. And he's evolving Rachel Rising. Now, in this comic, issue number 9, Lilith appears out of nowhere, and I'm not sure because I missed it a couple of issues to read because of the Christmas, as I tell you, or I was telling you earlier. I'm wondering why she's appearing here. And what's really annoying, the only thing which is really annoying is that he is so good, but he's reading so quick that you're willing and wanting more. Really, you want to have to read more of his stuff. Like, I think if you would never read his stories, go for his graphic novels. Like Rachel Rising is completely collected. You can actually buy in one omnibus, and the flow of the story will just go like that. He's really does do good writing. One, in my opinion, at least. But when I was reading Rachel Rising, I was willing to, I just wanted to, like, come on quickly, the month which has to pass so he can write. And then he's doing everything by himself. I mean, he's producing the comic himself. His wife is helping to produce the comic. He's drawing. I just didn't show you the art inside. He's definitely really good. And his art is usually black and white. But if it's not your cup of tea, I can understand it. Some people really don't like it. But it's really detailed. His snow paneling is amazing. It's probably one of the first comic book artists that is able to produce a snow paneling, and it feels like snow and chilling environment, and that's really, really, really good quality. I've seen his like previous like summer panels before, and you can see how the artist has bloomed. Oh, Samuel Trejo, hello, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. It's interesting to see how artists can go so far when they just continue drawing non-stop usually, and they progress it so much. Oh, Damien, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. So yeah, I really enjoyed Terry Moore art. Strangers in Paradise is gonna end very soon. He apparently is going to announce what's going to do next. Just to check it out. I read this another series he has created, which is called Motor Girl. That was good. If I show you the cover of that, there you go. That's the cover of Motor Girl. That was a good read. Not smashing. I think this is his best. Rachel Rising was one of the best stuff I have definitely read from Terry Moore. And that's basically that's the last book. A couple of books I have still reading. Had you read Original Strangers? No, I just said earlier, Damien, that I have not read it. Reading this number 25 wasn't so lost at all. Actually, he's really well. Kind of, I knew that what's happened to them, to the characters in the Strangers in Paradise. In a way, they had a family, they have 2 kids, and Kachu, I think, is the main character. She's been in basically main story in here, and what she had to do is really interesting. That such a history of Strangers in Paradise still makes me able to read something from him and still enjoy it without knowing the backlog history. So yeah, very good for him that doing the writing. So yeah, really cool. Yeah, you could have. I like to support Terry Moore because it's he does it himself. You can see the hard work he has to go through. He has to produce the comic, draw. Then he has to promote himself. At the end of the day, he doesn't have other people surrounding you that many because he can't afford to have that many people. And he has the following, like myself, who likes to basically support him. And that's why I always tend to have in single issues his stuff. So yeah, really good. I think it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't. I mean, it's about to finish. That's the thing, Damon. It's about to finish Dangerous in Paradise. So when it's come out in trade, have a reader. It's interesting tale. It's very quick as well. Like it's typical Terry Moore. Really well and quick read. And it's sometimes in this day and age we need something like that, like reward of you're reading. Oh, mind the comics as well. Hello. So yeah, definitely recommend checking Strangers in Paradise. Right, BPRD, The Devil You Know. Apparently Magnolaverse is ending. I'm not sure which issue is it. I haven't read the last 3 issues, I think, of this. The reason being, as previous ones, I have not had a chance, been really preoccupied with baby. So yeah, I haven't opened it, but I know it's going to be good. Not sure how I feel about the ending. Feels really kind of rushed, this last title. Is they gonna continue with Hellboy, or they should gonna just produce a single storylines, which for some people they prefer to have, and I can understand that. Sometimes just have one-off story is really cool. I sometimes feel like that characters of BPRD somehow felt more interesting, intriguing to me when having Hellboy just being plastered in panels. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I can only tell you when I finish and reading and tell you my opinion. Now I'm just looking forward to see how this everything goes. I'm hoping I'm gonna go the route of oh, what's his name? Now I'm blanking his name. Oh wow! When I make videos, it seems to be that my memory in character names is just vanishes. Crazy. Anyway, so we'll see how it goes. Previous titles which have finished, it was bad. People that I love were the world, but it started to feel lackluster. Hope it's yeah, exactly. There you go, Ape Sape. And thank you very much, Hot Fellow Folks. Thank you very much, Travis, for checking the video out. And uh, yeah, exactly. It's like you look and you have so many distractions. I think this computer screen distracts as well. But yeah, Ape Sapien was so good. The first maybe 30, I think it was 34 issues anyway, but the first 30 issues was superb. And then those last issues were like, okay, they just rushed it. And you're like, oh, that's so disappointing. Ape Sapien is a great character. He was doing so well in that title, and then suddenly this shit ending. Like a quick escape, as I call them, which is disappointing, like Travis has said. And then the last one, which doesn't come out very often. Oh, Damien says maybe the Magnolaverse doesn't do endings well. I presume so, but don't they want to give the readers some kind of thank you for the long years of supporting the Magnolaverse titles? Loyal supporters who's enjoying the characters, enjoying the universe. Are they not worth having a ending, right? Because I think we are all deserving, by supporting anything what we read, to have some sort of satisfactory after reading. No? Okay, laughing aloud. Yeah, I want to have satisfaction when I read comics, for sure. Hello, Dr. Monkabot. Do you want to say hi before I head to bed? Have fun. Good luck with snow tomorrow. Everything closes in UK when it snows. Yeah, we are worthy of good ends. For sure, Damien. I believe it in that. I think we should, especially like long ongoing titles. I mean, at the end of the day, we always say, like you say on your videos, like Travis says in the videos, or whoever is like saying on the videos, when you read something for a period of time and it's ending really well, you just feel uplifted again. You want to get more titles. You get really excited about things you're reading, and you're like, okay, there you go. I'm gonna look for something else which is gonna entertain me really well. And I wanted to ask you, Damien, as well. I managed to read this. You guys, Damien, are you reading this? Travis, if you're still there, are you reading this? I know you, Travis, you're reading it, but Damien, have you read it? What do you think? Or have you not? I managed to pick it up. I showed that earlier in the video. Because my comic book guy somehow has this, had it hit this. I read it. I loved it. I really did. I don't know about Hulk that much. The first comic book, actually, it's trivia thing. My first comic book, which I first bought, was Hulk comic. Could you believe? I forgot the number of that comic book, but it was Hulk, the first thing I ever bought. I started reading the Mortal Hulk and Marvel Unlimited, just first 3 issues up to so far. Extremely good, yeah. I love the Hulk. Nice. So there you go. So my comic book guy, thank you very much for responding, guys. My comic book guy has promised me that he will be able to give it to me. Give it to me. Sorry, something popped up on my screen and I just got lost my train of thought. But my comic book promised me that I will be able to get the first 6 issues. Ah, hey, Paul Costa. Nice. Hi. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to read for sure. I actually quite excited that I was able to get hold of this. I just by chance said to my comic book guy, do you think maybe you have this? Because it's number one, and I know usually people buy Marvel first number ones. Quite a few of them stack, and he said yes, I did have quite a few, and he's happily to give it to me one. Of course, to buy me one, I bought it. I paid it with my own money, but I didn't pay the eBay money, which was the win. And yeah, so Joe Bennett, at first couple of panels, I wasn't very keen on his character facial expression, but going forward more and more in this issue, I enjoyed it even more. I think if the Hulk and She-Hulk got in on, would they have a baby Hulk? They cousins. Boo! Transcendent Q. Yeah, cousins. They can't. No. Yuck. The baby would be really badly deformed then, definitely. Jesus, with She-Hulk's mighty. Oh yeah, baby. Normal human. Incest, not the best. No, incest, not the best. Definitely not. No. Definitely, I wouldn't recommend it. Anyway, so the last thing I have on my reading, the baby would be MODOK. Cousins. Ha! First cousins, snogging and boinking, not recommended. Yeah. Yeah, very close. Inbred baby Hulks. Yeah, maybe that's what we should maybe tell Al Ewing, maybe next story. We should ask him to write about that. That will never go with Marvel. Yeah, we'll never go. MODOK. I'm not really familiar with that character. Who's MODOK, guys? Second cousins? I thought they were first, but he could have a baby with Red She-Hulk. Or was she Red She-Hulk? Well, I didn't know even. Is Red She-Hulk? She was Betty Ross. Oh. Is it Betty Ross that was the guy, the guy in charge of the army guy, the Ross guy as well? That's his daughter? Is that Damon what you're talking about? Wow, my Hulk history is really shit, huh? Well, I'm looking forward to. MODOK has a giant head and tiny arms and legs. Oh wait, yes, I know this guy. Yes, he is this like a elongated square in the face. Yeah, he is, and he floats. Yes, Damon, is that the MODOK I'm thinking about? Whew. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to find out more about Hulk, I guess. So many things to read. Anyway, so another thing with my pull list is, yes, Betty is the General Ross daughter, Bruce Banner's hometown mom. I See, well then they know if we can have babies. I might wonder if they would have a baby, what would happen? Would be brown color, because if you green with red, it's a bit of a shit color, isn't it? If you follow colors, not very good. Incest or not incest, doesn't look like Hulk can have a very nice baby because of a gamma race and colors. Brown Hulk. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want that. Betty Ross also used to be a harpy, so her genetics are probably very messed up. Oh wow, Paulo Costa, Jesus Christ. Okay, so my last comic book on, are the Hulk's powers inherited? Big questions. Wow. Not sure, because I don't know if there's a story of any of the characters had babies. I think babies are difficult. Betty had quite a life. I think not many babies are involved in a stories. I read one of the comics. I think the title has escaped me. I think it's Power, but there was a baby between Luke Cage and what's the strong lady's name? People remind me. Jessica Jones. They had a baby. I read the story. I was actually gifted that story by friends who have given me as a present after I've given birth to my baby boy. So that was a really good story. Poor Hulk probably infertile now due to those cameras. It could have been as well. Could be quite a bit trouble with that. Power. I think it's issues number, like, I can't remember now. My memory's not flashing, but yeah, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones had a baby girl. And let's not even go into Betty Ross, that Captain America's girlfriend back in the Golden Age. Wow, really? Wow, she's been around. I guess 75 years of it, of comic book history does that to some of the characters. Wow. Hulk did have a baby on the planet Hulk. His name was... Oh, yes, true. You're right. Yes. Yeah, what happened to him? Did Marvel forgot about him now? Oh, by the way, Damien, the Planet Hulk story, is it good? Because lots of people been recommending me previously, and now that I'm reading Hulk, I'm kind of interested to know if Planet Hulk was a good story and how many issues that's spamming in, if you have time to say that. Scar, never heard of that. Yeah, Scar is the guy, boy. Like Scar. I think the Marvel did forget about Scar. Oh boy. They don't like kids. I think Marvel kids, then DC don't have marriages. He had his own comic for a year. So, well, DC comic books, like you have Damien, the son, wasn't really conceived the right way, but hey, he's just in school. He's right, his mom being obliterated by an atomic bomb. What? Seriously? What, because he's a Hulk son? Because it's a lot of fun. Doesn't really make a lot of sense if you think too much. Okay, he was about to be born. I see. Nice, Paulo Costa. Okay. Wow, we getting... You see, that's why I missed talking to you guys, especially now with the live chat. My live chat seems to be okay comparing to what I had on Saturday. Seems to be. So that's a good thing. That's why I was doing this as well, to test it out, to see how the quality of the video will go. I'm in a different room. I'm in the living room downstairs. So yeah, that's really good story. Oh, how much information. Now I want to read about Scar. I want to read Planet Hulk, that's for sure. I think reading Hulk really did, kind of reading this Hulk is really kind of made me want to read more. X-Men powers are inherited, sort of. Yeah, sort of. Now, the last title I have on my list, which I'm still picking up, is this, Batman the Damned. The famous Damned. Oh, what a sort of mess with that black label now is, DC's black label. Love the first issue. Didn't care about the weenie peenie in betweeny. Oh my god, you guys giving me more information. Stop it now. Stop it. Planet Hulk has lots of great Easter eggs. Sympathetic Brood. Once a Saturn Stone Man. from the fourth first appearance and a tribute to ones of the Crossroads saga. Nice. Jean Grey and Scott Summers had a kid who had his mom's psychic powers. Yeah, what about Cable? I mean, he was in the future, but hey, Cable is a child of Scott Summers. And yeah, so this Batman Damned was perfect, the first one, and this second felt like it had been edited, because the confrontation between Harley Quinn, which is superbly done by this Bermejo artist, is felt like it could have been gone into the levels of more darkness when it was in here. And I still enjoyed the story. I'm not saying that, but the element of knowing that DC was going to Black Label did wanted me to pick it up, because I wanted to have something like this being told with the superheroes, and knowing Brian Azzarello, who is able to tell stories, some different stories. I was thinking this will be a entertaining, but with that Weena Pina in the betweener, everything got ruined for us in a way. I'm still looking forward to finish it. I don't know how often this comes out. I mean, every maybe 2 months, because I guess Bermejo's artist does take time to be produced, but it's really well done. I like to see Zatanna. I like to see Constantine in this. Interesting about thinking that the scene was edited. I'm going to have to give it a reread. I still am enjoying it. Yeah, it is every 2. I see. No, like, thank you very much, Damien, for that. Good to know. It's quite pricey anyway, so every 2 months is fine for me. And this is what I have for my pull list a month. You saw I dropped 2 titles. Damien, are you reading any Catwoman by Jolie Jones? Or any of you guys? I'm dropping it because of her artist. I have a theory that Batman is dead in the story. Damned. True. That's a good theory. And you seeing his recollections of what before his death is, or how he got to be dead? Because yeah, it's a good theory. Interesting to see what I dropped Catwoman after the first issue. Wow, that's crazy. The story was the story of Catwoman was okay. It's definitely good, but not like Lady Killer. I guess every single person who comes into Big Two, somehow their writing becomes too over edited or something, or just it's just the way he feels it. But because of art is not there anymore, I decided to drop this version of Gotham. Maybe Purgatory. Nah, good one, Damien. Maybe. Yeah, interesting to see how many more issues are we looking forward to see. I think is it 4. So this is 2 more issues. Wow, as I say, my brain is not working. I'm not thinking about anything. When I put the camera on. Another thing I am reading, which is surprising enough to me, is digital. I'm trying something new. I felt she had to write Catwoman to fit around Tom King. Yeah, and that sucks ass. Absolutely. I know Travis is reading Batman, still Tom King's Batman, and he's enjoying it. But I can't get into it. I can't. It just doesn't feel like Batman. It's too many in and outs kind of thing, too many characters there, the storyline is there, and then he's always like, oh, Batman's like, oh, I can't do this, and it feels too weak for me in Tom King's Batman. I want him to be strong. He needs to be detective. He can't be surprised. He can't be kind of oh, I didn't know Bane's behind everything kind of thing. That just ruined everything. Either way, I like her art and I like the writing. I'm not into King Connection. That's cool. I mean, that's what it's nice that she's. What I'm saying, when she was drawing it and writing, it's good. But the drawing is finished. There's new artists after issue 6, I think. I kept it to my decision to stay away from King's Batman. Damon, why? I don't remember if you have mentioned that in your videos. I think you did. You've spoken quite a few times, but I don't remember now. as my memories are not doing me any justice today. After reading a Blueberry, Tom King is getting his readers to pay for being his therapist. What a racket. Well, yeah, after the wedding issue, I decided it was just too fresh. Yes, exactly. That wedding issue just ruined it. So disappointing. And his Mr. Miracle ending felt longing to me. I felt that it didn't have a good ending. So Tom King is not my writer, definitely. So I am gonna show you guys some digital comics. Could you believe? Shame on me, shame on me. Travis probably would be swearing now. But I decided after reading Blueberry that I wanted to have something else and with flavor of Europeans. And so I decided to read, to try a thing called, oh my god, can you guys see it? Oh, this glare is going to be, oh, I don't know if you can see it properly anyway. So, yes, that last Mr. Miracle issue was a cop out. 11 was brilliant before. Yes, exactly. And I was waiting for that big bang, and then suddenly, like, poof, it's like a, oh, I don't know, you're waiting for birthday cake, and suddenly the cake, what you wanted, it wasn't the cake you want. Anyway, so Glorious Summers is created in Europe Comics, and its creators are Zudru, and artist is Jordi Lafebre. This I've heard from Twitter. The art is really cool. I haven't read it yet, but I started reading it. But the art is beautiful. I decided to read some more European comic books, as I said previously, after having the taste of Blueberry. And this is based of family going on a vacation in 1973, which is I'm a fan of that past storylines. And the father, he's a comic book artist, which is funny, but really artist so far is great. The story is really entertaining. His paneling and work are really good. Yeah, the writer is French, but the artist is Spanish. Yeah, you can follow him on Twitter. The name of the artist, which I'm gonna scroll back, Jordi Lafebre. I can type in. Yeah, if you follow, you could type that in Twitter. You basically can find him. So yeah, so far the art is absolutely great. And the story is don't know exactly, but I read a review and they're saying it's kind of a very nice family story, quite heartfelt. It starts with them sitting down, the couple sitting down and reminiscing of their summer holidays. I read something very similar, storytelling of summer vacations, and kind of, because maybe it's winter, I feel like something summary to read, and this is basically perfect. It has 4 volumes. You can buy it digitally. I'm not really a digital reader, but I couldn't get hold of any. I didn't see anything in printed edition, so I said, okay, I'm going to the dark side, and I'm gonna go read some digital comics. Just picked at his website. The colors look amazing. Exactly. Wow, his facial expressions, if you look, Damien, is definitely really great. I think he's studied faces really well. His paneling looks simple but to the point, which is really good. And what is really interesting is that father has to finish his comic book, and his family's waiting for him. So like, come on, hurry up! And it's 1973, so we have the little boy waiting for his pages, so he needs to be delivered, so before we can go on holidays. And that's where I am at. Unfortunately, haven't gone any further, but I'm looking forward to read more. I will sample this first volume and see if I like it. If I do, I'm going to continue with the rest of them so far. So yeah, really cool so far. So after seeing that, I'm going to have yeah, if you want to check it out, if you do, check it out and read it. If you want, I would love to have a chat because I do like chat about comic books and see what you think. Because European comic books has been really something I'm into, or try to be into, but it's very frustrating because some of the great stories just has been translated yet in English, and I don't read French, unfortunately, nor other language apart of English and my language, Lithuanian. Yeah, so yeah, definitely something I want to be reading more. Oh, cool, Damon. I'm glad. So yeah, just give me a shout if you do. Or I can give you a shout when I finish reading it, at least first one, and see how we feel about it. It's I think in euros it's $5.99, so I'm not sure how much is in dollars. You can just type it in there, and it's like a lot of providers has which you can buy it from basically if you have Comixology or you have that, or stuff like that. So yeah, interesting feel for me doing it in digital. So far, what I really enjoy experience-wise digitally is that the background color, it has really popped the page really well. And I think sometimes when I felt like after reading the Hulk and I was reading this, I felt that this colors was just really popping out and showing the artist in really good light. And I like that a lot. But I don't say that I want to read more digital comics. I definitely prefer to have a comic in my hand. I find that keeping what I've read while reading digital comics is a problem for me sometimes. Anyway, so I had a chat. Lovely. Thank you very much to Damien Sleeper 666, to Mr. Unknown Comic Books Guide, and Paula Costa. Thank you very much for Samuel Trejo. I've seen you here. Who else? Transcendent Cthulhu. I'm sorry for butchering your name. I don't know how to pronounce that name. And who else here? And Dr. Monkenbot was here as well earlier. So thank you very much for sticking around with me. The devil does have the full advantage, just not the feel of the page exactly. Yeah, it's you just tap your finger or whatever, how you do digitally. For me, I just tap. I don't want any complicated pull-up panels. And yeah, so thank you very much for sticking around with me. I'm gonna go say goodbye. Time for me to go sleep to get my energy back for my boy for tomorrow. He's started walking. I can't believe in about 2 weeks and 3 days. Now my boy's gonna turn 1. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Anyway, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'll see you soon. Hopefully chat again with you guys on this YouTube land. Bye-bye.